Hi, I'm Rachel Strauss and welcome to the first Zero Waste Week vlog, because we all know that vlogging is the new blogging, and I just thought it would be fun to go through some of the questions that we've been asked this week, either on the Facebook group, on Twitter, or even in my email box, because we get loads of people asking us loads of stuff, and we come across some really interesting ideas thanks to everybody who's engaged with the Zero Waste Week campaign. So I just wanted to bring your attention for a moment to the Facebook group that we've got, because we find that people really enjoy it. They say it's one of their favourite groups that they're a member of. It's really friendly, it's really helpful, they get very engaged, they feel very loyal, and they like to share their experiences and obviously ask questions. It's very active. But you know, there are no requirements that you have to join in, so do come along. There are over 3,000 of us, and you'll find that at facebook.com /groups Zero Waste Week Heroes. I think, yes, I'm certain that's what it is. So it's facebook.com /groups Zero Waste Week Heroes. So here's some of the stuff that we've been discussing this week. So Nadine is asking where to buy, don't know how to pronounce this, shea butter, SHEA butter, in non-plastic packaging. So shea butter, I do know what it is. It's a great product for making your skin really soft. You can use it to make your own cosmetics as a base, or you can just use it as it is. It's really nice on your skin, keeps it looking youthful and young and all that stuff. So yeah, she's asking where you can buy it without the plastic packaging, and 2 or 3 people have shared that they've been able to buy it in glass, which is wonderful. And a couple of other people, lucky blighters, have got bulk buy stores, so they can actually take their own glass jars, mason jars, containers, whatever, and they're able to buy it from somebody who sells in bulk. So that's really good. So there are options out there. Amy has just finished up she's got one of these sort of 150 gram pots. It's a plastic pot with a lid that she's bought some herbs and spices in, and so she's saying, now what would I do with the jar? And there are loads of ideas shared for her. So people are saying put icing sugar in it, and then you can, you know, put it over cakes, because you've got like the little holes in for the herbs and spices. She's got a child, I think, that likes to do arts and crafts, so somebody suggested putting glitter in it, so you can, you know, shake it over the glue and have glittery fun. Use in the office for things like drawing pins, that's probably what I would do. And somebody else had suggested that she fills it with a mixture of baking soda, that's bicarbonate of soda, and essential oils. Basically, you've got your own shake and vac for spreading on your carpets to keep everything fresh and fragrant, which I think is a superb idea for people who are wanting to start to make their own cleaning products, toiletries, that kind of thing. So Ali commented, she was asking for recommendations about mesh bags for putting produce in. Ali's got a birthday coming up. Happy birthday, Ali. And members of her family were saying, you know, what would you like? And so she's asking for recommendations about which brand of mesh bags to buy for her produce. Personally, I like Onya bags. They sell a really great range of products. Do check out their website. I think it's probably onyabags.com, but don't quote me on that. You have to Google it, try and find that out. They are definitely one of my favourite brands, and other people have put their recommendations in, so come along to the Facebook group and see what the recommendations are. Amy, this is the same Amy who wanted to know what to do with the plastic containers, showed us a big box with 36 bras in it, which she is donating to a charity called Smalls for All. Now, I hadn't heard of Smalls for All, but I've since been to their website, and it's a bit of a tearjerker one, really worth supporting. A lady set that up after working in orphanages and found out that, you know, women and children in Africa are particularly vulnerable if they don't have decent underwear, something that you and I take for granted. Then they are much more vulnerable members of society, because it's almost a status symbol over there. So if they've got decent underwear, then it's perceived that they have somebody caring for them, a husband, a father, you know, brothers, which basically means that they are then, I don't know how to word this, but they're thought of as perhaps higher in society, and therefore they're not in such a vulnerable position. So these things that we take for granted, really worth checking out. So do check out the Smalls for All website and see if maybe you could set up a donations bank at your place of work, or just get together with friends and clean out your undies drawer. We've all got stuff that we've bought and we've never worn. You could put it to a really good cause. So I'm really grateful to Amy for bringing that to my attention. Megan put a comment on. This was great. She lives in New York City, and it was a hot, muggy night. I think it was last night before, and she said really gleefully she'd walked 20 blocks on this New York City sort of muggy night with just coconut oil as a deodorant, and how phenomenal it was. That she barely sweated, and she certainly didn't smell. And she just kind of wanted to share that success, and several other people came on board and said, I've done exactly the same, or I'm using a mixture of, I think it was arrowroot and bicarbonate of soda, and I know came up, essential oils maybe again. So if you're looking for a plastic-free deodorant and you don't want all the nasty chemicals, then hop onto the Facebook group again and see what other people have suggested for their own homemade ideas. There's some really good suggestions there. Lynn's one of the admin people who really keeps the group running. Hi, Lynn. And she puts really thought-provoking questions on the group from time to time. And she put, is picking up litter integral to zero waste? Do you do it? Only 2 people have commented. Naughty people. And they were definitely, yes, we always pick up litter, and it really shocks us. And yes, it's a big part of the zero waste message. So I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that, because of course a lot of the time when you pick up litter you have to put it in the bin because it's really disgusting. I have been known to take home plastic bottles and actually put them in my plastic bottles recycling, but invariably you get crisp bags and confectionery wrappers that can't be recycled at the moment. So I'd like to know what you think. Do you think picking up litter is integral to the zero waste lifestyle? Great question, Lynn, and I hope more of you naughty people come along and answer that one. Anna shared. Oh, Anna, you've got to go for this alone. I can't work out how to do screen sharing here, but Anna shared a picture of her wedding dress made from as much old and reused fabric as possible. I think she said the petticoat was a curtain or something like that. She's got over 240 likes, as you might imagine. Lots of comments. Beautiful picture of the back of her wedding dress. Go and have a look at that, because honestly, talk about one man's trash is another man's treasure. It's just this stunning creation, and what a fantastic way when you're saying I love you to your husband to also say I love you to the earth. It's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that, Anna. Brilliant. Finally, I wanted to share a post from Asia, who is asking for zero waste alternatives to party bags for kids' parties. Now, this has been a really contentious thread. I had a quick look through. There's been over 46 comments, and we are a very respectful group, actually. That's what I love about it. But this one has always got people fired up a bit. So we've had the whole don't give them anything because they're just kids, to the you wouldn't understand because when you have got kids they want to fit in, to the whole shebang is there. So from my own experience, I would agree that up until the age of about 7, it's really easy to do zero waste party bags. So I remember when my daughter was 4, 5, we held a party at the house. This was even before my zero waste days, really, and we got plain white cotton t-shirts and some fabric pens. We let the kids scribble on their creations, got them ready for them to take home. I also did a batch of shortbread dough and gave them cutters and that, and they cut out their own little cookies and we baked them. And so by the time they went home, what they had in their party bag was their t-shirt that they had created, their cookies that they had created, and then a slice of cake wrapped in a napkin. And that went down a storm because they'd been entertained throughout the whole party, and they had something to take home that they had created themselves. So that was fantastic. I think for her 6th birthday, I did do more sort of traditional type bags, but the bags themselves were fabric with little drawstrings in, so they could be reused for storing, marbles or little Lego figures, something like that. And in there I put this a little, bearing in mind it was all girls for this one, so maybe not so suitable for boys, a little notes book, and the cover was a recycled, I don't know, you've seen them, it says something like "I was once a plastic cup" or something like that. A matching biro that was once a, I don't know, mouse mat or a car tyre or something amazing. A little key ring that was made out of an old juice carton, and I think just a little chocolate bar, because you can buy chocolate in paper and foil. And as I said, it was in a fabric bag rather than a plastic bag, so that was really easy to do. But as a parent, my daughter's now 15, as they grow older, they want to fit, and it's really important that you as a family find your values between what you really want to do and how your child is going to feel about it. That's my take on it. We all have our own values, our own model of the world, our own way of doing things. I wouldn't dictate to anybody what you do, but do go along and have a look at that thread, because I think it's interesting how different people have got very different opinions, some quite strong and heated, as I said, but we do welcome debate on the group as long as it stays respectful to everybody. Then fine, have your opinion. So do come along to facebook.com, cut groups, cut Zero Waste Week Heroes. Those are just some of the discussions we've been having this week. I'd love you to come and join in, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.